Hello everyone, welcome to Military Plus. The F-22 stealth fighter program is long dead, but the debate over its legacy rages on. Introduced in 2005, Lockheed Martin's F-22 Raptor was, and remains, one of the world's best air superiority fighters. But despite the Raptor's inarguably impressive performance, the F-22 program encountered no shortage of controversy during its lifespan. The United States Air Force's F-22, a Raptor air dominance fighter force, may be spared after Congress intervened to prevent the service from retiring more than 24 of the stealthy jets. Originally designed during the height of the Cold War, the American F-22 Raptor entered service with the United States Air Force in 2005. The Raptor's advanced attributes, as the world's first fifth-generation fighter, arguably make it the most sophisticated stealth fighter in existence. The Raptor has extremely maneuverable flight characteristics, such as a smaller radar cross-section and twin thrust-vectoring F-119 turbofan engines. Because of its air superiority and uniqueness in the fighter realm, the Raptor is a formidable asset for the Air Force. Since the Raptor's debut, rivals in the United States have worked tirelessly to develop their own fifth-generation fighters. China's J-20 and Russia's Sukhoi Su-57 pose significant threats to America's air superiority, emphasizing the importance of preserving the one-of-a-kind F-22 Raptor. On June 20, the chairman of the House Armed Services Committee, HASC, announced plans to upgrade 33 older model F-22 Raptor in the latest version of the 2023 National Defense Authorization Bill. The HASC oversees the Pentagon on the House's behalf. Its Raptor plans are outlined in a version of the National Defense Authorization Act for 2023 that was released. The relevant F-22 section of that document is as follows. This section would require the Secretary of the Air Force to maintain a minimum number of F-22 aircraft with common air superiority mission employment capabilities in support of geographical combatant commanders' planning and operations. The U.S. Air Force sought to retire the early F-22s, which are currently only rated for training use because they are costly to maintain and are increasingly mismatched to combat-coded versions, reducing their value as training platforms. According to Air Force officials, the roughly $1 billion cost of upgrading those planes was prohibitively expensive. Those 33 withdrawn aircraft would most likely be used as a source of spare parts to support the more capable F-22 fleet for the remainder of its service life. However, the HASC chairman's statement, issued on June 20, would not only halt plans to retire the aircraft, but would also order the service to upgrade all F-22s to at least Block 30 certified mission systems, sensors, and weapon employment capabilities. The Pentagon's fiscal year 2023 budget request documents also reveal more details about planned upgrades for the frontline Raptor fleet, upgrades that, if the HASC has its way, will now also have to be made to the earlier Block 20 jets. These enhancements include improved electronic warfare capabilities, as well as long-awaited infrared search and track sensors. Some of these projects are related to previously unseen low observable pods discovered earlier this year under the wings of an F-22. The same documents describe navigation and radar upgrades, as well as low-drag tanks and pylons, to address the F-22's well-publicized lack of range for certain missions, particularly in the Pacific Theater. According to a staff member, when we let the Air Force curtail the program back in 2010 at 187 airplanes at the time, they told us that the training capacity would always be available to meet contingency requirements if and when needed, along with the 234 F-15Cs. Now that the Air Force is retiring all their F-15Cs, they've cut the buy in half for F-15EX. The next generation air dominance program has slid further to the right than what they originally told us, and now they want to reduce their F-22 capacity. We think there's significant risk in meeting future air superiority requirements, and so we're holding the Air Force accountable to their commitment to have the training-coded jets combat capable. Earlier this year, the Pentagon released a budget proposal that included the Air Force's plan to retire the Raptors. According to the drive, the proposal detailed the retirement of 33 Block 20 jets, reducing the fleet size to approximately 153 aircraft. The Air Force made the decision due to the jet's high maintenance costs and limited training role. The F-22s are currently used primarily for training purposes rather than combat. According to the Air Force, advancing the older Raptors would cost nearly $1.8 billion over the next 8 years. Instead, the branch outlined how those funds could be better allocated to the frontline Raptor force and the new F-35 stealth fighters.
Yep. I'll get his tail once he's off the boom.
Copy.